And then this is your mic.
Okay, I can push this. I'm gonna push
Fabulous.
the seat back. That's my VIP.
Oh, slay.
Can I do that?
Let me just
can,
move
we'll just
my
move.
vacuum that I was using to clean.
It should be in the back.
There's a lot going on in the back.
Not in the back. We couldn't fit it with the mixing desk and everything.
They've never done radio on wheels before, so we had to break some boundaries.
But you can go
I
down.
can push now.
Yeah, you can push now. We've got Professor Mamaketi Pakeng in the studio, which is our car.
Which is our car.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks very much for inviting me.
You have been out of the university world. How's your life looking? How's everything going?
I mean, it's great. I'm enjoying this phase of my life. You know, it's nice to be in this position where I do what I want to do. I don't do what I have to do. You know, and I've been doing the campus tour, and the campus tour is incredibly exciting. I mean, of course, Vets is my home, so I've been there more times than any other way.
Don't say this is your home, Prof.
I'm a Vetsy. I'm sorry, I'm a Vetsy.
So please tell us more about your campus tours, Prof. What are you doing? What is the aim? What inspired you to start with that?
The thing is, I don't talk for free. I don't go to people for free, right? I talk for money. But for students, I'm willing to do it for free. So I thought, okay, here's a special deal. I'll do campus tour to all the. So I announced that I'll do a campus tour because all the campuses were asking me to go. And
You were rubbing shoulders, Prof. With some interesting people. Did you get
we like to say
$3
that
billion?
they were rubbing shoulders with
I don't even know who are these people.
It's Oprah Winfrey. So Tom and I were like, we have to invite you and put stuff you in our little student car, so we can rub shoulders with you. And
me, Oprah. Is that new? I mean, for you, is
Sorry.
that new? No, I'm just saying. I mean, where have you been?
Where have I been?
But I'm on the board of the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, and I've been on the board since 2016, 2015. She's on the board as well. She's not the chair. The chair is the head of Miss Potter's house. And there's other people as well. So I work for her. And she's an incredibly nice person. So yeah. I don't want to give you a sense that we're exchanging WhatsApps, like, you know.
She didn't hand you a $3 billion or a car.
You know,
you get a car.
No, just now people will be, camping at my gate.
Oh, Prof.
No.
The one day when she gives you a car, then she can get your number.
Then we'll talk.
You've been climbing Kilimanjaro. You've also been exploring the wonders of Cape Town.
Yes.
Is that something, I mean, you've always been active, but is that something you've taken a lot more control of now? Is that something you've had a bit more time to enjoy?
You know, I decided to go to Kilimanjaro at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, there's I think what was happening in my professional life at that time at UCT was also an incentive to do that. I thought I should do this, you know.
In your book, how is that going? Where are you in that process of writing it? And so forth?
I started the book in 2020 when a whole drama unfolded in the media that I'm a bully. I bullied 37 people, and there was no evidence, no names. I demanded names. I was told that I can't be given names because it's all confidential. So it was faceless complaints from faceless people, and everybody, I mean the majority of people, not everybody, the majority of people just believed it, especially on campus, senior people, and some people who are reported to believed this, and I was so frustrated because I thought, here am I at one of the top universities on the continent, and they just don't understand the basic administrative justice. Give me the names, follow proper process, let me respond. Nothing. They just said, you are. Okay, there's an emergency.
This is the drama.
The joy.
The joy of radio live on wheels.
This is medical
get us out of the way.
Yes.
Attention.
And of course, I'm glad that the case that caused the fallout between me and this woman, the former ombud, is now out in the public because the student took it to the public protector, and it's been ruled on that the decision that we made was correct. That I basically, of course, I was asked, did you tell the ombudsman that you don't trust her? Yes, I did. And how on earth do I trust somebody who wants to whisper to me to pass some student?
Yeah, that's not right.
That's dodgy, okay? That's dodgy. Let's forget the fact that it could have been a trap, right? But nobody has got a right to come to me and tell me that the student failed a PhD because of plagiarism, and our policy says if you found of plagiarism you must fail, but can I make a deal for the student to rewrite and resubmit? I don't do deals for passing. This whole thing went into the media that I'm a bully. Without giving details, I bullied the ombudsman and I bullied 37 other people, no names. And first of all, you can't be a jury and a judge in your own case. Second of all, you must give me administrative justice. So I started writing the book then. And I did that because I thought, sure, I must write. It was sort of therapeutic for me. Why is this happening? And I sort of, that's when I thought, why? I'm doing my best. I found a university in protest, in chaos. I put it together. Anyone with the brain would know that the university wasn't functioning until I became VC. Right now, I thought I'm a disruptive presence, Just being here made people uncomfortable. People were questioning my PhD, even though I got it here in this country. People, I was like, I'm a disruptive presence. Just being present. The criticisms that I was getting were weird. That I had never seen that in my life. I mean, I've accepted that who I am matters. Who I am is enough. I don't have to be someone else. As long as I don't break the law, I don't challenge other people's rights and so on. I respect other people's rights. I'm not immoral. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Like I say, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't steal money. What do you want?
But Prof, you can agree that, coming in as who you are, I mean, besides that you came from the fact of a working class background, the way you took leadership, the way you looked at students and you were completely student orientated, did redefine what leadership is, and did redefine what leadership looks like in a university context.
True, and that wasn't my plan. But at that time, students needed attention. There was a lot of trauma. Students were feeling not part of, and if you don't deal with that, you're continuously going to have contestations and fights and whatever, So I felt that it's important to calm things down.
What is something that you also have to clarify for university students as well? Because it was just a very chaotic moment for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was abrupt.
It was abrupt. It was a surprise, and then everything kind of changed a little bit.
First of all, I have to say to students and everybody out there that, I live with the understanding that everything comes to an end. Yeah. Good things come to an end, bad things come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. Was it supposed to end now? When it ended in the way that it ended, I don't know. Yeah. But it was going to end at some stage. Did I want it to end the way it did? No. I would have loved to say goodbye properly, but I did say goodbye. I came to the buses. I tried to do it in my own way, and it pissed off a lot of people, but that's their problem. And of course, I didn't reach all the students, but it ended, right? Yeah. And it ended because I would say the powerful minority wanted it to end. And I'm saying the powerful minority because I had 78% vote at Senate to have a second term. All right? And that vote didn't just come about. It was presented to Senate after consultation with all the constituencies of UCT, the trust in the UK, US, Australia, Canada, and the US. And so, all the people internationally that I've been working with said perfect. And the people inside said perfect. Of course, I'm sure there were other people who said no. And then it went to Senate. I got the vote. It went to Council. I got a vote. And then I decided to take sabbatical. And the first Senate, I was on sabbatical. Hell broke loose. Not about me, but about the chair of council. And suddenly, Adrian Basson was writing the narrative before it even happened. I mean, you know.
There again was an opportunity, and exactly where you were discussing that you weren't offered that opportunity to respond to so many things.
Well, the things were in the newspapers that were discussed in council meetings that I wasn't there. I just knew if there's a council meeting that I've excused myself in because I'm conflicted, Adrian Basson will put it out before they even get the minutes, right? But I felt I don't want to respond because I figured what's going on. People on council and in the university hated the fact that things were leaking to the media. But suddenly they were not bothered. Where was he getting all this? Yeah. Okay? Suddenly they were not bothered. And I realized what the game was. And I felt, let them have their way. Sometimes it's not a good idea to get into the pit with the pig, because at the end nobody knows the difference. So I decided to pull back and just wait. And people assume that when you're quiet, it's because you're guilty. Or because I'm wrong. I mean, even when the bully things came, I didn't talk much. I just kept quiet, because I realized what was going on. First of all, the report was late. Second of all, the report was problematic. Thirdly, the person was going out of the terms of reference. But they were ignoring all of that. And suddenly she's correct, irrespective of the questions that I'm asking, So you see when things, and then of course you go to these meetings, you see the people who are pushing this. I didn't want to talk to my mom about my struggles in detail. So she'd read them in the papers and she'd say, come back home. They'll kill you in Cape Town. You must come back home. You're educated, you're experienced, you'll get another job here. And I would say to her, it's fine. I'm okay. Don't worry. The newspapers are exaggerating it. Yeah. And you can't burden your mom with these things, Like, my mom is getting old, and so I didn't want her to worry too much about the stuff. So speaking to a psychologist and a psychiatrist was very important in that time, because at least they can keep the things, but also the relationship is different. It's a professional relationship rather than the one that I have with my mom.
So we thought we'd play a little game with you, because although you say you're old, I don't think you're that old.
I'm a senior citizen. I'm retired.
The drip is not saying old at all.
Exactly.
Okay, so because it's a road trip,
yes,
we had to play a little game.
Yeah.
And you can't have a road trip without some good music grooves, right? So we've made you a playlist, but because we're in a student car, the audio is a bit funny without playlist, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna need you to help us out.
Yeah.
We're
to
gonna
sing
a song, and you have to finish the lyric.
Okay, that I can try. Let's see. I don't know. If I know the song, I'm sure I can do it.
Okay. So let's start with this one. It's a good one.
Big shot. Superstar.
Okay.
You got it, Prof. Let's go.
No, I can't. Okay, I can dance to that one, but I can't finish the lyric. No. I can't finish lyrics. No. There's too many of these songs. No. I can dance to them. Go again.
This one might be a bit easier. This one might be a little bit easier.
Is this South African music? I don't know.
The first one was, this one is an international artist.
I don't know. No.
Prof,
I don't
you
know.
in the song. Wow, the flowers.
Now it's familiar.
Stay up for hours.
Tell me, who's this?
This is Miley Cyrus.
But me and Miley, come on.
No, Prof, you're here. We know.
Not Miley, come on.
Then who is? Can you tell us who your go-to is?
I love my Whitney. I mean, don't cry for me. You don't know it, right?
I don't know.
Don't cry for me. Don't shed a tear. Na 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 will always be something like that. Nobody knows that because it's a soundtrack. It's a soundtrack,
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that's how I love Whitney. 2023 is my year of healing. Yeah, it's my year of healing in so many ways. I mean, in December 2022, I went to the hospital for just tests, and they found that I had minor strokes. Right, and my blood pressure, I slept in hospital for the whole weekend, not because I was sick, not because I was stressed like the newspaper said, but because they were doing the test and they were monitoring me for the whole week, and my blood pressure was high, and so that's when I got onto hypertension medication. And of course, the interesting thing is, whilst I was on Kili, we were hiking with the doctor, so every morning and evening he was checking blood pressure and oxygen levels, so that if your blood pressure is crazy, you've got to go back. And if your oxygen levels are too low, you can't. And for me, first of all, I didn't have altitude sickness. My blood pressure was going down daily, and my oxygen levels were going up daily. Like, I was getting better by the day. I was like, this is exactly. This is really my year of healing, and I needed this. But yeah,
since we're doing a road trip with you and you're our icon, well, at least
wow, you guys are dramatic. Icon, where do you live?
If you could choose one person, like one role model, dead or alive, to sit in a car with and have a road trip with and have an interesting conversation with a great playlist.
Wow, I would choose Winnie. Without a doubt.
Winnie Mandela?
Oh, absolutely. I'll choose Winnie.
And what would you ask her? Is this like a burning question you have?
Yeah, I mean, Whitney was brave at a time when being that brave as a woman was not fashionable. And it's just in terms of how bold she was to say the things that she said. So I would probably talk to her about that. I'll talk to her about when she was under house arrest. I mean, she's a rebel of note. I keep thinking I'm a disruptive presence, and from the day I was born. But I think Winnie was a disruptive presence. I think she was ahead of her time. And I think people were scared of Winnie, because even the fact that some of the things that we were told about her, about Stompy and whatever, and the people who said them came out after she died and they said, no, actually it wasn't true, this is what happened, blah blah blah. I'm like, wow, this woman was really people can be so scared of you to make sure that you don't get listened to, or they limit the power of your voice, because they're just worried what it'll do.
Does Prof have any regrets? Do you live with regrets in your life?
I don't. I live with lessons, lots of lessons. Yeah, lots of lessons. And that's just how life is. Tom, I look back at my life and I think I was a model child. I was a model teenager and a model young person. I actually think I did a lot of things right.
You didn't break rules.
I broke rules. I broke rules in a different way, not in the way that your girls did. So I don't drink. I've never drank before in my life. I never jumped windows, whatever. I keep thinking, gosh, I must have given the young people in my township a hard time, because I'm sure their parents always said, you must be like Kheti. You must be like Kheti. Look at what Kheti is doing. Seriously. I mean, I'm a disruptive presence even today in a different way, but not in a mainstream way. Yes. And so I keep thinking, it's probably the kind of disruption you want.
Yeah. That you need.
It's not that we need to break boundaries. It's not the kind of disruption that's destructive. And I think that's also, I think I was quite a hard take for my detractors at UCT, because I mean, they could never catch me on anything. Like I'm just.
There's no snacks.
Yeah, I'm sure they are the people who reported me to SARS. SARS did an investigation on me the whole of last year. Yeah. They found nothing. Actually, SARS owes me. SARS, yes.
Do you think your time in formal academia as a VC, as someone who's in leadership within a university is over? Or do you think
even just on Friday,
yes,
someone called me from overseas. They want me to apply for a job.
Yeah.
A DC job. And I'm like, and you know, the company that I'm working with in Joburg, they're like, no, please don't. And I'm sought after. I just don't want to talk about jobs in higher education now, especially VC jobs. I'm doing other things out there. I'm doing other things with universities here and there. Some, but otherwise, I'm working in corporate. I'm doing food security. I'm attending conferences. I attended my first conference on poultry and eggs.
For poultry and eggs.
Poultry and eggs. I can look at a chicken today and tell you whether it's healthy or there's something wrong with it.
More and more skills.
So will I get into higher education again? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah. This is a long life. You can never say never. You can never say never. Whatever I'm gonna be doing, Tom, is going to be interesting. They just could not deal with the fact that I came to UCT with a name. I came to UCT being a brand. UCT did not make me. And some people found it difficult. I mean, I would be sitting in a meeting and someone says, nobody's bigger than the institution. I would be thinking, what are they talking about? And I'm like, oh, they're bothered by me. I'm the one. But I don't think I'm bigger than the institution. I think the institution is bigger. But hey, I'm not here to be making myself small. No. The institution should use what I am and who I am. I'm using that to take for the good of the institution, and everyone should see it that way. One colleague from UCT who was asking, like, you seem to be having fun, please tell me the detail. I was like, nah, I'm not telling you. You people at the university, you are so evil. You will be calling the people to say, get rid of it. No, I'm not telling, not yet.
National elections are coming up next
year.
And we've seen the stats. Young people are not registering to vote.
Yeah.
In your experience, like interacting with the youth, what do you think it is that is making young people apprehensive?
I mean, I think they think they'll never make a difference. They think their vote won't make a difference. And I think that's a big mistake because they're handing over their power to someone else. If you've been disappointed by your party, then vote for a voice that you want in parliament, even if it's not going to win the elections. Vote for a voice so that they get a seat. It might be a small party. There's going to be independent candidates for members of parliament. Yeah. So I've always taken that approach that if my party is disappointing me, I vote for a voice. Okay. I know they will never win elections, but I want this voice to be in.
And I guess it also starts at home. Like it starts with our SRC vote.
Exactly. You want a lively government. You want a government where there's robust discussion and so on. So don't just throw the towel. It's important.
We're with Prof, and we're going to be back. We're going to go get a smoothie, and then we're going to take you back. But this has been the most amazing conversation, and I'm glad we still have a couple of minutes with you.
Just be you. You are enough. Remind yourself that you are okay. If I hadn't done that, after leaving UCT, I would have disappeared from the public face. And I think that's what some people expected, But I thought, I've done extremely well. The things that I did at UCT that could never have happened if I didn't do it. The boldness in some of the things that I did, especially at the beginning where it was really, really tough, So remind yourself of those things. You are capable. There's a good reason you are here. If there was no need for you, you wouldn't be here. That's for sure. I'm out.
And that's where we're going to end it off with Prof here today. Prof, thank you so much for coming through. It's been such a wonderful time chatting with you, and we hope to keep this relationship going and checking in on you and seeing what you're doing. I mean, I think what we've had to learn is that we just have to keep our eyes peeled. We have to watch this space.
Like, we never know. Like, nothing is going to stop you, Prof. We're really, really excited.
No. Keep going. Keep going.
We've actually met before.
Wait, what did you do that I should remember?
Literally, I was doing nothing. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. I was in the library just minding my business, being a diligent student. I get a tap on the shoulder.
Oh,
I turn around, I'm like, ah! It's the VC checking if I'm doing my homework.
I remember she came running into the studio. She's like, I got a chocolate.
It was, yeah. So yeah, we have a selfie already, but we'll take another one today. We'll recreate it.
You know that people took selfies in a big way. Like there's someone who said, "Wait, I want to take a selfie, but please let me put my lipstick first." So she said, "Let me fix my hair." And then I said, "Don't you want to put a lipstick on?"